Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome each and every one of you to the California State Senate Governance and Finance Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, the committee, as well as those who are watching online and here in the committee room, we are going to have to make a slight change in our special order hearing. Item number 2, SB 10, we're going to need to be able to hear as item number 3. So what we'd like to be able to do, and we're going to allow folks a couple of minutes to be able to queue up, we're going to take item 556 next. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn it over from the good senator from Napa to be able to present SB 556. Mr. Senator, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence on this request. Mr. Chairman and members, SB 556 would bring California into conformance with existing federal and state law, seeking to accelerate deployment of wireless broadband network infrastructure throughout California. Accessible and reliable broadband networks are now more than ever critical in our daily lives. Yet too many households across the state can't access broadband because it's not available where they live. SB 556 will address those needs by conforming California state law with the 2018 FCC federal regulation in order to expand 5G deployment and contribute to closing the digital divide. This bill requires localities to give access to their street light and traffic signal poles in order for telecommunication companies to attach their wireless facilities.
But now we're going to welcome Mark Graham. Mark Graham is representing Keep Cell Antennas Away from our Elk Grove homes. We are grateful that he is here in person today. Mr. Graham, we welcome you speaking in opposition of SB 556. We'll have you come right up to the plexiglass shield. You have 3 minutes, sir, and I'll give you a 30-second prompt. The floor is yours, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Senators. Mark Graham on behalf of Keep Cell Antennas Away, in behalf of millions of Californians. Please ask me questions after my presentation. Happy Earth Day, Senators. According to the bill's analysis, the author's claims about this bill are not true, as the previous speaker said. Page 7, sections 2 and 3. This bill would take advantage of one crisis to create another. The present system is working. Telecom companies are applying for cell antenna permits, and cities and counties are issuing those permits all across California. The safe way to provide wireless high-speed internet access that is faster, more reliable, more secure, and more energy efficient is with fiber optic cables to the home or office. That's what the state should be behind. This bill would give local governments and the state huge liability for injuries caused by exposure to hazardous microwave cell antenna radiation. That's according to attorney Harry Lehman. I refer to Mr. Lehman's letter to the Energy Committee dated April 14. The liability would attach through two legal theories, the doctrine of fixtures and joint ventureship. Cities and counties would become unwilling partners of the telecom companies. Here is the big picture, Senators. Many Californians have woken up to suddenly find a cell antenna mounted on a streetlight pole or utility pole in front of their house. The cell antenna exposes them to 24-hour microwave radiation. They suffer from constant headaches, insomnia, and ringing in the ears. Many are literally driven out of their homes, forced to sell and move. We rely on our local governments to prevent this. The Telecommunications Act of 1996, 47 U.S.C. Section 332, 7A, and FCC orders currently preserve local zoning authority, as recently confirmed by U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit in the case of City of Portland v. United States. This bill would eliminate the local government's power to do that. This bill would require local governments to subsidize the industry. Are you willing to subsidize other industries equally? Senators, here's an experiment. For 1 week, turn off your Wi-Fi and your cell phone at night. you will sleep better and have more energy the next day. That will be your proof that the Wi-Fi and cell phone radiation has been harming you. Cities must retain the ability to implement reasonable, balanced, protective, and fair ordinances and agreements, such as those implemented in the city of Elk Grove, Mill Valley, Petaluma, Fairfax, Encinitas, Malibu, and others, in order to protect public facilities and address the specific and unique needs of a local community. There have been thousands of studies, scientific studies, that have shown long-term exposure to non-ionizing microwave radiation creates many health hazards. Refer to the National Institutes of Health study from November 2018, the International EMF Scientist Appeal from May of 2016.
30 seconds.
Which said that this radiation causes learning and memory deficits and structural and functional changes of the reproductive system. There was a similar resolution by the California Medical Association in December 2014. This is what the state should make it a priority. Now, there is an overriding state interest here, and it's not in putting cell antennas in front of people's homes. A street light pole or a utility pole is a terrible place for a cell antenna. The state interest here, the compelling state interest, is to the preservation and protection of public health.
We're going to ask you to conclude, sir.
And the way to do that is to leave the power where it currently lies, and that's in the hands of local governments. I urge you to vote no, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Graham, and we welcome you, as you said, to stay if we have any questions. So thank you so much. Mr. Graham will be with us. We have Mr. Reyes as well on the support side. Mr. Graham, 30 seconds since Mr. Roberts, and again, we're doing equal time, so 30 seconds, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Senators. Just two quick things. When they install fiber optic cables, they do not dig up the streets. That's not the way it's done. You do not dig up the streets. Look at the technology. It goes in the right of way. There's a machine. There is no impact whatsoever to the streets. And this does not comply with the FCC order or any FCC order. In fact, it blatantly conflicts with the FCC orders from 2018, as recently confirmed by that case I mentioned, City of Portland versus United States, and conflicts with the Telecommunications Act of 1996, which preserves local zoning authority. The system is presently working. Just allow it to continue to work.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
People will have the access. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, we appreciate both you and Mr. Reyes for being here today. Very much appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. Would like to go to see if there